Now we are in part 1. We are going to be looking at the word fun. As I always say that mathematics is fun, fun is mathematics. Now, this word fun, it goes with parallel This word fun goes with parallel lines. Now, with parallel lines, it means that if I have something, for an example, that looks like this, where I have two lines which are parallel and a transversal line. Now, if I have, for an example, A, B, C, D, E, and F. Here, I'm going to have B1, B2, B3, B4. Here, I'm going to have E2, E3, angle E4 there. Now, in an F shape, since I've got parallel lines, now I know that an F shape can be looking upwards or can be looking downwards. This F can look upwards or can look downwards, or it can look sideways as the F that we are used to, or it can look backwards. Now, if we've got an F of this kind, we know that this angle there is equals to that angle there. Therefore, angle B4 is equals to angle E4. That is why here I have this angle is equals to that angle in an F shape, as I've explained here. Now, obviously, geometry is a statement and a reason type of mathematics. This is our statement. We must support this statement. Why are we saying angle B4 is equals to angle E4? Therefore, the reason here, since this is an F shape, so these angles are in an F shape. Therefore, it means that we're going to say these two angles are corresponding. Therefore, we're having corresponding angles. This is just a shorthand of the reason. We can't give the reason as a shorthand. Therefore, this is a shorthand of corresponding angles. Other angles which are corresponding here are, let's look at there. It's angle B3, which is equals to angle E3, because they are corresponding. You can see that this angle is equals to this angle, because this is an F shape facing down. This is an F shape facing down. Now, also here, the reason is corresponding angles. Using the same diagram as before, we still maintain the parallel lines and the transversal line. So we still have parallel lines, because when we think of fun, we must always think of parallel lines. We can't talk of corresponding angles and talk of co-interior angles or alternate angles if we don't have parallel lines. Now, using the same diagram as before, I am going to explain the U shape. Now, with the U shape, we have this angle and that angle there. Obviously, this is a U shape. Whether it can face up, the U shape can face down, can face sideways. Also, as F, it can also face that way. Therefore, in this case, our U shape is facing up or facing down. Therefore, if I've got A there, B, C, D, E, and F. Now, if I have B1, B2, B3, B4, if I have E1, E2, E3, E4. Now, with the U shape, therefore, with the U shape, we have co-interior angles which are supplementary. Co-interior angles which are supplementary, By supplementary, we mean that they add up to 280 degrees. Therefore, angle B4 plus angle E4 is equals to 180 degrees. Because in a U shape, co-interior angles, they are interior, they are inside the U shape. Therefore, co-interior angle, this angle plus this angle must add up to 180 degrees. They are supplementary. Therefore, we can give a reason, because this is our statement here, where our reason is going to be co-interior angles are equal. But no need for us to even say are equal. We can just say co-interior angles. We know that when we say co-interior angles, it means that they are supplementary. Now, co-interior, because they are inside the U shape. We can also have co-exterior angles. We can also have co-exterior angles where our B1, angle B1 plus angle E3 is equals to 180 degrees. Here, this angle plus this angle. If I add this angle plus this angle there, we must also get 180 degrees. But obviously here, we are still in a U shape, but these angles are outside the U. If you are outside the U, we can't say co-interior. We must say co-exterior angles are are supplementary. Co-exterior angles are supplementary. Now, co-interior angles, which are supplementary, they are inside the U shape. Co-exterior angles, they are outside the U shape. They are supplementary. They add up to 180 degrees. And this is the shorthand of giving the reason for co-interior angles in a U shape. We are still on the same diagram, but now we are explaining the N shape. If I have A, B, C, D, E, F. Then I have B1, B2, B3, B4. E1, E2, E3, E4. Now, in a Z shape, we're still talking about the interior alternate angles or exterior alternate angles. Now, interior alternate angles, if I can draw a Z like that, or an N, if it was an N, for an example, like that, therefore this angle is equals to that angle. These two angles are inside the N, or they are inside the Z, or the Z shape. Therefore, here we say, since these two angles are inside the Z, then we can say that these two angles are alternating interior. Therefore, these are interior alternate angles. Now, let's look at our interior alternate angles in our shape there. Therefore, there's my Z there. So it means that this angle there is equals to that angle there. Let's write it. Angle B3 is equals to angle E4. Reason? Interior alternate angles. We know when you say interior alternate angles, it means that they are equal. Interior alternate angles are equal. So this is a shorthand of interior alternate when you're giving a reason for interior alternate angles. Again, let's look at other interior alternate angles. There's my Z there. Oh, so it means that this angle there is equals to this angle there. Therefore, B angle B4 is equals to angle E1. We're still having the same reason, which is interior alternate angles, because they are inside the Z. Now, if we want to look at the exterior, I'll have to, I don't want my diagram to be messy. I don't want my diagram to be messy so that we can see exactly these angles there. For us to talk about exterior alternate angles, we're still looking at the Z. There's my Z. There's my Z. Oh, so it means that this angle here, because there's my Z. Z. Also, it means that this angle there is equals to this angle there. Therefore, angle B2 is equals to angle E3. Let's not forget that this is E. Angle E3. Now, they're in a Z, but outside the Z. They're in a Z, but outside the Z. Therefore, the reason here will be exterior alternate angles. Alternate angles. This is a shorthand for exterior alternate angles. We can still look for more exterior alternate angles. Let's see. There's my Z. Z. There's my Z. But obviously, that angle is going to be equals to this angle, because there's my Z. So this angle, which is this angle, is equals to that angle. There's my Z. Therefore, this angle is equals to that angle. Therefore, angle B1 is equals to angle E2. Because these two angles are equal exterior to Z. Now, since in our fun shapes we've got parallel lines, we must also include that in our shorthand reasoning. For an example, exterior alternate angles. Why are they exterior alternate angles? Because line AC is parallel to line DF. Even with the Z shape, you're going to say this angle is equals to that angle. Then you're going to say interior alternate angles. Then you must also include that these lines are parallel. Even in a U shape, you're going to say this angle and this angle are equals to 180. Then you're going to tell us because they are co-interior angles. Then you're going to put, why are they co-interior? Because of these lines are parallel. Even in a corresponding, in an F shape, you're going to say this angle is equals to that angle. Then you give us the reason that corresponding angles. Why are they corresponding? You say comma, then you put this part to say that it is because of these two sides which are parallel that makes that to be alternate or corresponding or co-interior. This goes for the other reasons that we have covered before. Corresponding angles are corresponding because this line is parallel to this line. Also, co-interior angles in a U shape are co-interior because this line is parallel to this line. Also, co-exterior angles in a U shape are co-exterior angles because of this line is parallel to this line. Interior alternate angles in alternate angles because this line is parallel to this line. Thank you guys. If you've got any questions, you can drop them in the comments. Like and share the video. Thank you.